Hi everyone, welcome back to another watercolor sketching tutorial. Here on this channel I am giving you watercolor sketching ideas, tips and tricks, how to get creative in your free time, how to make a nice Christmas card or such thing, or how to fill your sketchbook with beautiful illustrations that are fun and relaxing to make. My name is Gabriela and I'm the founder of Tulip Art Designs, and in today's tutorial I will show you how to make this Christmas card, handmade watercolor sketching Christmas card that I actually love. So if you need more ideas for your Christmas cards and you like to paint them by hand, then you are on the right place. So if you are ready, grab your supplies and let's get started. Before we start making our card, I have my watercolors here. I have my Mary Blue. You can use the watercolors you have and your favorite greens and reds. I have different sizes of watercolor brushes. I have 4, 10 and 3/4 3/4 inch. So it's a wash brush for the moments when I want to paint bigger areas. I have a pencil, I have ink, fine liner. I use Pigma Micron 02. I love it. It's waterproof, so when I add watercolor on top of it, it will not bleed. And the Jelly Roll pen for adding some highlights. I have water and my towel. I have heat gun here to speed up the process, and my watercolor postcards. I am using the ones from Hahnemühle. I am loving them. It's cold press watercolor paper. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to take out one of them. And then here I can, I already swatched the colors for the previous tutorials. So this is the previous tutorial when we just drew the holy plant. I am loving these berries. So the colors I have and I am planning to use, so I want to stick to 3 colors, so limited color palette. So this one is the Rose Alizarin Mother. It's a very nice red that I like. Then I have Hooker's Green. So this is the red. Oops, that's my Hooker's Green. And then I also have Green Gold. That's the one in the middle. Okay. These are the 3 colors I am planning to use for this card. So I will start with a quick sketch. Of course, you can directly start inking, but I really like to make sure that I will fit my illustration, my design. So let's just do my branch. So it will come from this side. It's curved line. I think you are not seeing very well because I want to make it very light. So if you are sketching, just keep it light, okay? Don't make very dark lines with your pencil because we want to erase them after that. So I'm just making them dark so you can see, but you have to keep them light. And then we are going to add some needles. And I want to hang a few Christmas ornaments. They're simple circles. So I will write Merry Christmas here on the top. So I want to have 3 ornaments, and I want them to be in a different height. So this one is here, and then maybe one a little bit bigger, and then one will be a little bit behind, just like this. And then the hanging parts, and then I will write Merry Christmas on top of it. Okay, let's ink our illustration. Again, I'm using Pigma Micron here, Pigma Micron 02. So let's start with my ornaments, and I want to keep it simple, okay? And I really like the sketchy style, so I just go around a few times. And then we have these hanging parts. I will add a few vertical lines just for extra details. Okay, and then we have the branch. Okay, this light is not that great. Let me just switch so I'm sure that you see. For the needles, I usually like to add like double lines. So it brings a little bit of thickness to these needles. And here we have bigger ones in the beginning, and here they are getting smaller and smaller. Then we can sketch a few more of these needles for the evergreen branch. And I'm really sketching very quick lines. I'm keeping them different sizes. And you can see that here in the middle I'm adding thickness, so the middle part can get just a little bit darker. I really love watercolor sketching techniques because these techniques really can give you the opportunity to make mistakes, to get messy, to enjoy the whole process. Okay, I will handwrite Merry Christmas. There are different ways to get a nice text on your cards. Let me know in the comments if you need some tips and tricks on this part. I will just handwrite it, but if you feel like your handwriting is not that good or you're just not happy with it, let me know and I can give you some very good ideas how to add text to your Christmas cards. So here I just use 2 different R's. It's okay. It's absolutely fine. Okay. It's time to erase the pencil sketch lines. Okay, I think like this is good enough. And then let's start with the green colors for the branch here. So I am planning to use my size, sorry, I wanted to say the big brush, size 10. Yes, I'm also checking what you see. And then I will start with some golden green. So I am reactivating my paints here. Okay. And then I want to grab just some water because I just love wet in wet techniques. So I will add quickly some brush strokes following the ink lines. I'm going very quickly. So it's not a perfect realistic watercolor branch, watercolor evergreen leaves here, okay? And then because I'm doing it for fun, I want to see what will happen if I now just drop in some paint. I just enjoy how the paint moves around. And what is in my control here is that the paint goes where I have water, okay? So I know that this technique might feel a little bit stressing, but it's totally worth to try it because it's so much fun seeing how these colors move around, and you can just add lines in the water, and then you can have different values of these colors that you are putting in. You can also lift your paper, just turn it to the sides. You can easily add extra lines, like copying the ink lines, adding some extra brush strokes. And for this I'm using just the tip of my brush, okay? While this is still wet, I will grab some Hooker's green. I am picking color directly from the pan, using some water to reactivate it, and I'm using very concentrated paint. And I don't want to have dripping paint from my brush. If you have a feeling there's too much paint, just tap it on the paper towel. Let me just have here a little bit, and then go again with the darker color. I will go in the middle, and then a few lines like this again around my ink lines, and you can see that you have very light, very smooth edges. So basically when you make a line, the paint bleeds, and you have darker spots and lighter spots. If you need more dark color in the middle, you just pick some color, and I like adding it by tapping with the tip of my brush. Okay, all right, that's very nice. Okay, and then for the ornaments, I will add clean water, and I will go very quickly for all of them. If you leave some white spots, that would be great, but I like to work quickly, so I don't think about the light, and I just want to enjoy how this paint moves. And you can already see that I am leaving white spots because I am only adding paint here around the edges. And when the paint starts bleeding less and less, it means that my paper is getting dry. So I will grab just a little bit more water. I will add it, just spreading this paint around like this. If I want more paint, I pick up some, and with the tip of my brush, I'm adding it. And I usually add darker colors around the edges. Okay. Like this. All right, I want this to get dry, and I will add a few more details. Okay, for the next layer of watercolor, I will use my thin brush, and I will grab first some green to add layers to my branch. So I will make quick, slightly curved lines. And again, I am using my ink lines to guide me where should I add these darker details, okay? A little bit in the middle, and again, making some lines like this. They are slightly curved and they are with different length. I'm using very concentrated Hooker's green for this. Right? I can use a little bit of darker Hooker's green also here for these hanging parts. All right. That's for the branch. I want to grab some red to make some splatters, just because I love having this as my finish, just everywhere. Oops. Making splatters is messy. All my desk has watercolor splatters. So if you want to protect your desk, put extra paper or some textile that it's not that important for you. The last thing I want to do is to add a few white lines. These will be our highlights. This will definitely bring some light to the sketch and it will stop looking that flat. But before that, I need this to dry. Okay, so my postcard, you can see it's not that flat anymore. I don't really mind this. I actually really enjoy when it's not that flat because it definitely has a special character and you could definitely say it's handmade. But if you need a technique or option how to flatten this, let me know. I can give you a few ideas. Just comment below, add your questions, and I will know if you need such a video. I will grab my Jelly Roll pen and I want to use it just when the paper is not that warm from the heat gun. And I will add a few highlights. So first of all, I really like adding outline. So where I have these darkest parts, I am adding tiny white line, and then I can add some extra lines it's for the light reflection. And then I can add here for the middle part where I have the darkest greens. I will add a little bit of white. If your white Jelly Roll pen starts working, I usually work it out on my finger and go back again. Keep it vertical and work slowly with this, because otherwise it might actually not work. And then I will also draw here the front line and a little bit from the back. So now you can see this is going in the back and it's really hanging on the branch. Okay, I think this is quite nice. I really like it and I think it's ready. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. I'm also seeing it on the screen. So it was very fun to make this card. I really enjoy it. I like to keep the color palette limited. And I really like how simple it was. I hope it was also that simple for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Check out the other videos if you need outlines of this. They are available as a template on my Patreon page. You can find a link in the description box below, and of course on my Patreon you can find so many other tutorials that are just exclusive. And yeah, I think that's everything. I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Bye.